Okay, I thought it might be fun to go through my daily screener, put my daily screener up. Um, I'm not really a technical trader, I'm more of a fundamentals trader, medium term, but I do use technical analysis to screen my stocks and further research, and also to what I'm looking for is potential good entries. So I've got a few up here to share with you. What I'm using is the, where are we? Oops, it's crapped out on me. Oh, there we go, that's better. Sorry about that. Um, okay, what I'm using is using a directional movement indicator with a combination of MACD, and what I like to see is this green line here. That's the positive movement, and the red line is the negative movement, and then the white line is the average. If the white line's trailing down here below this 20 mark, then it's telling you that the stock is ranging. And once it starts crossing up from the bottom there, it's sort of indicating that it's wanting to trend either up or down. So this is why it's come up on the screener here. It's had this positive cross here, and then you've got this average movement coming up, the average coming up and crossing up, heading towards that 20 mark there. Sorry, this is ABY. What else do I like to see? Those. Okay. Let's draw a couple of standard deviation channels there. Okay, so it's starting to make a bit of a primary uptrend there. From 6 months, I generally like to see it's something I do like to see. And then that what I find oftentimes with that directional indicator is when you've already got a primary move up, it indicates like an acceleration about to happen. If we have a look back to where it's done it before, here we've had this positive cross here, and then this average directional movement crossing up, starting to cross up. So you may have taken the buy signal around this area here, and you would have done quite well as an entry point if you took it there. It's happened again. Here we go. It's happened here again. If we go further back, and again, I mean, if you got in up here, and you have that short-term, bit of a short-term rise, 5 to 10 cent rise, and then it's gone on to go further on. So yeah, it has crossed up here in the past, but that's been on the bearish signal, and you can see that actually did work out if you're wanting to exit the stock or go short the stock. So anyway, so we've had this move up, and then it's probably to about here, and then it started ranging, and that's what this white line here is telling you as it's coming down. It's telling you that the stock wants to range, and now it's starting to tick up again. So even though it's at the top, sort of at the top of this little ranging channel, the difference is that this is telling you something's up. So what I'd do with that, I'd go away with that and just research it and see, why is the price at this level, and is there news or any prospects that will give it reason to rise further. And then I might take a position only once I've done my research. Anyway, we'll go to the next one, which is I'll get to that one later because that's one of my favorites. Okay, here's this UTO, and I'll have a look. I should have had a look at the bigger picture on all of them. I've charted this one before, so it's come up on my radar before. So it's been as high as 95 cents here. What are these lines here? Okay, that's, I think I was looking for repeating ranges then. And yeah, so that one will take me up to the 50-cent mark. So, but really, I'm probably looking at this this next resistance point here at the 30-cent mark. And I'll zoom in. Oh yeah, I've charted this before, so it's come up on the screen before, and it looks like it's actually working out quite well. But yeah, that is working out quite well. Now let's have a look. What's the directional indicator telling me? Okay, you've had a this average. You've had the bullish cross here, or it was bullish anyway. I mean, if you took the signal here, it would have been, you know, at the 10.5 cents, would have done very well indeed. And then it's come over. Once it gets up above the this average white line here, gets up above the positive indicator, it's telling you that it's starting to get overheated, and I normally find that's good for telling you when it's wanting to retrace a bit. But now it's kicked up again, and yeah, so that'd be one I'd want to have a look at as well. That's telling me that it wants to keep going. And you've got your stochastics, always good to look at, of course. Which one do I want to look at? Look at this one here, and yeah, it's getting into the oversold area, but they're still, you know, zoom right. But they're still pointing. The pinky's still pointing way up there, and you've also got we've got a nice little uptrend there, and you've got a nice little uptrend there, so they're all good signs. So yeah, so that'd be one I'd want to have a look at further and see why it's doing that, because it's looking like it wants to keep going for a little bit. And these are, I'm looking at short-term, very short-term signals, not because I'm a short-term trader, but I find that they tend to give me a good entry point. Even if they do retrace, they still tend to be in the money most of the time. Emphasis on most of the time. Okay, what's the next one? UEQ, uranium equities. Okay, so this is another one I've charted before, obviously, a few days ago. But there we go, there's a bit of a volatile channel there, so it's gone from this bottom here, it's come up, hit that top channel, come back down, it's been bouncing between there, had a bounce back down here, having a bounce back there. Logic would say it might want to bounce back down, but what I find is if you look at the directional indicators, the difference between this situation here and the other situations, the other bounces off the top up here, is this directional movement is starting to give a bullish signal. Even though it's at a bit of a pause there, I would see that as a nice entry point if I like the stock. I'll just might have a look at the volume there. I'll bring up the equivolume chart. Okay, here we go. We've had these big, you see these big, thick bullish bars going up, and you've got these retracements, you know, very small retracement bars telling you that the volumes on that little pause there, you know, is very low. So that's, I would see that as a good signal compared to these ones where the bounces off the top, that top channel have been on the first two occasions have been very strong retracements, as you can see from those thick red bars. Then the red bars have sort of petered out, and then you've got these thick blue bars kicking in, telling you that there's volume going up. So I would, even though it's hitting that top channel there, I would think it wants to make a short burst up. Where to? Let's have a look. Oh, I've already charted it there from before. Oh. Okay, and I'm looking at that 19.5, 20 cent. I'm looking at that 9.5, 20 cent mark, but really probably this one at the 27, 28 mark. So I've got my eye on that. What's that there? That's another little range. I'll just put aside repeating range, just one of the little ones. So that will take me up to that will bust me up to past the 28 cent mark. So if that played out, so what I would expect from that, if I was bullish the stock, what have I done? If I was bullish the stock, I would expect a very rapid rise to at least the 20 cent mark and probably beyond, and then it might retrace after that. But I'm really I'd see that as a good entry, actually technical entry for me. And you've got your stochastics there pointing in the right direction as well. So no, I like that. That's good. Oh. LYC, hang on, I've stuffed up my chart. There we go. Now I like LYC because I've charted it before, so obviously I did like it before. Why has that come up on the radar? Well, it's come up on the radar there. I usually like to see this, and I'll zoom in on that directional movement. That's a bit cactus. 6 month. I'd like to see this rise 4 points once it's made the cross. You're looking for this to rise about 4 points normally, so that's was that 11.5 to 11.5 would have taken you up to 15.5, 16. So when it's crossed over this red line here, that would have given you a nice signal there. And if you took that on the cross, well, it would have gapped the next day, so you wouldn't have got filled, but still showing a nice entry. I have to research the stock properly though before I took it. But let's have a look at the that's what's that showing there is it's busted that all-time high there of it's at $1.20. I've just drawn the fibs there, so you can see now that's busted the 50% fib mark there, and I'll zoom in on that. So and I'm showing the stochastics are showing good signs going up, and yeah, so I'd see that as where it is now as a decent entry point. That's it for me.